May I come in, sir?
Yes, please do.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir.
Please take
Good
your
morning,
seat.
sir. Thank you, sir.
You are Mr. Darshan Dugad.
Yes, sir.
Darshan is your given name, right?
Yes, sir.
Darshan, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that you are sitting at around 12-13 feet from anybody in this room, right? Idea is that you should feel safe, right? And very safely remove your mask considering that you are at a safe distance. Please do.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Darshan. Comfortable? Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Fine, Mr. Darshan. Tell us something about yourself.
Sir, my name is Darshan Prakashchand Dugad. I belong to Yavatmal district of Maharashtra. I have done BTech in Civil Engineering from Government College of Engineering, Amravati in 2016. Afterwards, I have worked as a construction engineer in Shapurji Palonji Company Private Limited for 2 years. And my hobbies are watching documentaries on Indian tribes, interacting with new people, and diary writing, sir.
You completed in 2016 and then you worked for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why they fired you?
Sir, I have willingly left my job to pursue civil services preparation, sir.
And why you decided to take this strange turn?
Sir, actually I was exposed to service orientation since childhood, but it was when I was working as a construction engineer in Shapurji Palonji. I got to know that my interest lies somewhere else. So I started preparation in the second year of my job, but due to some issues, due to paucity of time, I couldn't prepare full time. So I left job to give a full shot, sir.
I can see that you're basically from Maharashtra, Yavatmal,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And your father is also originally from Yavatmal only.
Yes, sir.
Then why you opted for Hindi as your qualifying language and not Marathi?
Sir, I was comfortable with Hindi more than Marathi language. I am comfortable in both the languages. My basic schooling has been done in Marathi language, but I thought I'll be better able to do justice with the paper in Hindi, sir.
That is strange that you're not comfortable with the language of your state. That is quite a sorry picture, isn't it?
No, sir. I am comfortable with the Marathi also.
Okay, just compare the two languages and tell me what are the sounds which are available in Marathi but are not there in Hindi.
Sir, sound of Ada is there in Marathi. It is not in Hindi. Along with that, sir, I can remember only one sound as of now.
Okay, and what are the grammatical features? If you compare the grammatical features of Marathi with Hindi, what are the things you will find noteworthy?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall any grammatical features as of now.
You remember the grammatical features of Hindi? What are karak?
No, sir. I'm not able to recall.
Anyways, you have taken anthropology as your optional paper, and we are discussing language. Tell me what are the changes in terms of evolution of human species that led to rise of language?
Sir,
in other words, I'm asking why no other species use language the way human beings use.
Sir, it was the bipedalism. Bipedalism came along with that the development of cognitive capacity, evolution in terms of brain, and freeing up of two hands led to the introduction of culture, and eventually there was a formation of groups, sir, which needed some kind of medium to communicate, and language.
You're trying to say that these developments precede language, which is a strange theory you're putting forward. Normally people believe that these things, as you're mentioning, most of these are product of their linguistic construct actually.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not saying that language preceded these developments or these developments preceded language. Actually, it was the interaction of all these factors which led to the development of culture and development of language, sir. So, it is not, we did not find any evidences that which preceded first. It was the interplay of all these factors, sir, and the development of specific areas in the brain. Along with that,
what are these areas?
Sir, development of Broca's area and a few other areas of brain led to the led human mind to the development of language, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So your area of interest is what? Documentary of Indian tribes.
Yes, sir.
So what are the documentaries you have seen up to now and which you want to share with me?
Sir, I have watched documentaries on Main Bhi Bharat, series by Rajya Sabha TV. Along with that, documentaries by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Mostly documentary on tribes of Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Gond
Rajasthan, Gond tribes.
Yes, sir, Gond tribes. Madia Gond tribes of Maharashtra.
Look, Gond tribe is the largest tribe of India.
Yes, sir.
And at least there, anthropologically, at least there are 49 actually sections. We call what class or subclass.
Yes, sir.
49. There is the most primitive tribe. We call it what? Abu Jumar, Maria, Moria. They are also Gond.
Yes, sir.
And very close to your district, that is Yamatmal, very close to southern part of Madhya Pradesh, Balaghat, Chhindwara, right? There is a tribe that is called Rajgond, right? So how the primitive tribes of Gond, that is what Maria, Moria and Abu Jumar, again very close to your district, very close to Gadchicholi.
Yes, sir.
And then what we have Rajgond. Why their anthropological profile is quite different? Same belong to same what actually a larger tribal group, but there are very much difference in their anthropological profile. As I have told you, the last one is most primitive tribe of India.
Yes, sir. Sir, the changes are result of various factors, topography, the environment in which they are living. Along with that, sir, the food habits differ from place to place due to availability of...
I'm giving you a clue. Look, the Abu Jumar, Maria, Moria, for most of the time in since ancient India, living in isolation, right?
Yes, sir.
And Rajgond is what? Rajgond means Kshatriyas of Gond. So Rajgond is living at the crossroad of North and Deccan since ancient time, having huge interaction with different classes. Yes, please.
Sir, isolation is also one of the factors, and the other tribes, few of the sub-tribes in the Gond tribal community, they have had contacts with the mainstreams, which has led to the changes in their culture to some extent, sir.
Okay, look, we have synthetic theory of evolution of races or mankind. Climate change is taking place, right?
Yes.
And you have seen pandemic, COVID pandemic. The second very important thing. How the future of evolution you from this particular time you are going to assess? What type of evolution in future is going to take place considering the climate change, largely global warming, and the second such type of pandemics always occurring after 10 years, 20 years, there's pandemic. How?
Sir, climate change has impacted the evolution in a larger way. The mutations are on rise, sir, due to the increased incidences of exposure to mutagens, carcinogenic elements, chemicals, X-rays and others. Along with that, sir, it might affect human beings in various ways, be it in the changes in dietary habits of human beings, like in European regions, lactose tolerance is on wane.
Okay, can understand. Okay, look, in civil engineering, you have to read GIS, Geographical Information System. In India or in Maharashtra, we are using two type of GIS. One is Land Information System at the district level, and second, that is what Environment Information System used by most of the actually National Park and Sanctuary authorities. My question is how both of the GIS, Land Information System, as well as Environment Information System, are responsible for empowerment of tribes.
Sir, with the use of both these techniques, sir, we can find out the exact boundaries, find out the migration patterns of animals, and intimate tribes about the intrusion of wild animals into their areas, In addition to that, forest surveys can be conducted to inform them
Look,
about.
this is all about what your environment information system, not about land information system. Land information system going to allow to solve the land disputes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Darshan, what is the literal meaning of your name?
Sir, literal meaning of darshan is observation and understanding, sir.
Observation and
Understanding.
understanding. So, in what sense you are Darshan?
Sir, I like to observe things. I observe much. In recent, in few months back, sir, I spoke to one of the sanitation workers in my locality, and she narrated her problems to me, sir. I sensed some uneasiness on her face, so I asked her about the problems. So she complained me about non-payment of her wages since last 8 to 9 months. So that was my observation.
Observation about only outer world or inner self also?
Yes, sir, both inner self and outer world also, sir.
Okay. Have you identified any drawbacks in yourself? Have you observed?
Yes, sir, I have observed a few drawbacks. Like sometimes I tend to overthink. I believe others very easily, and I like to communicate with others. So sometimes I get swayed away by their plight or emotions that I'm trying to control, sir.
Okay. Please tell us something about Yavatmal.
Yes, sir.
Some
Sir,
striking features.
Yes, sir. Sir, Yavatmal lies in the western part of Vidarbha. It was the past of erstwhile Berar state, and it is famous for the cotton cultivation. Along with that, the festival of Navaratri is celebrated with zeal and enthusiasm. In addition to that, it is facing some issues like drought and the farmers' suicide, sir.
Okay. What do you know about the Lavadi? Means, could you tell us the origin of Lavadi? Under what circumstances it was originated?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall the exact origin of Lavani, sir.
Why?
Sir, I have read it long time back, sir.
Okay. Recently, 2 sites have been added in UNESCO World Heritage sites. Could you tell us something about both sites?
Sir, one is the Ramappa temple from Andhra Pradesh.
From
and,
Andhra Pradesh.
Sorry, sir, from Telangana. And another one is, I'm not able to recall the name.
Dholavira.
Dholavira, yes, sir.
Could you tell us some specific feature of Ramappa temple and Dholavira?
Sir, Ramappa temple, I cannot recall any specific feature, but Dholavira is the site of Harappan civilization, and it is located in the state of Gujarat, and large inscriptions have been found there, sir.
Okay, you are from Jain community.
Yes, sir.
There are many principles in Jain philosophy. Are you aware of some of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you know about the Saptbhangine?
Saptabhangi?
Bhangine. Have you ever heard this term?
No, sir, I haven't heard this term.
Shyadvad, Anekantvad.
Yes, sir, Shadwad and Anekantwad I have heard of.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Darshan, as you are from Maharashtra,
Yes, sir.
Supreme Court struck down the provisions related to reservation for Maratha community.
Marathas.
Why? Why was it struck down?
Sir, it was stuck due to the Indira Savana judgment in 1992. Supreme Court has mandated the ceiling of 50% of the reservation, 50% to the reservation, and it was struck because Supreme Court felt that, according to data, the community is not backward as submitted by the council and the Maharashtra government, sir.
Okay. In the context of recent developments in Afghanistan, how is the global community reacting to it, especially major powers or international institutions?
Sir, currently all the major powers are maintaining the strategic patience. They are in the wait and watch mode to see whether Taliban adheres to the promises which it made earlier, that moderate rule, along with that allowing women to work and allowing them to.
Is US also in wait and watch mood?
Sir, US is not in wait and watch mode. US has de jure recognized Afghanistan, recognized the rule of Taliban, because the way they left, or way they withdrew their forces, US has to a large extent, recognize the rule of Taliban informally. Formal recognition is not given, but in some time there might be situations.
Why is it so that actually US wants to actually US has taken a decision to withdraw from Afghanistan?
Sir, it was a long war. It was very, the forces were very, along with that, they thought that they had a pact with Taliban, in which Taliban reiterated the stand that they will negotiate with the democratic government of the erstwhile democratic government of Ashraf Ghani. So US might have thought that there may be some developments in that direction. Along with that, there were casualties. A lot of money was poured into the US, and rising dominance of China is also one of the factors which kept US engaged in Afghanistan, and it wants to shift its energies to the other part of the South Asia, sir. South Asia or Asian region.
Okay, Darshan, Ukraine wants to join NATO. Why?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about that, sir.
So what is NATO?
So NATO is a North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is the group of North American and European nations, and it is the military and political alliance, sir.
Are you aware of the idea of collective security?
Yes, sir. NATO has a principle of collective security, in which if any of the NATO nations is attacked by any other nation, all the nations have moral obligation, or all the nations have responsibility to aid the other nations, sir.
Have they ever invoked it?
I'm not able to recall any incidences, sir.
Okay, over.
Darshan, since your name means philosophy, what is your philosophy of life?
Ma'am, my philosophy of life is to stay happy and keep learning in every phase of my life. Along with that, try to contribute my bit in the development of society and nation.
Okay, Darshan, can you please tell me what is National Monetization Pipeline?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, National Monetization Pipeline is a plan to raise 6 lakh crore rupees in 4 years, starting from financial year 2022 to 2025. And it aims to raise financial resources for channelizing investment in capital expenditure and increase the gross fixed capital creation, ma'am.
Okay, what is the current gross fixed capital rate for our country?
Ma'am, it is in the range of 25 to 30%.
Is it good or is it bad?
Ma'am, it has declined since 2009-10. It was around 38 to 40% in 2010.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Darshan, since you're from Maharashtra, could you please tell me 5 major industries in Maharashtra?
Ma'am, a manufacturing industry. In that, pharmaceutical industry is there. Along with that, the cotton industry, sugarcane industry is there. In addition to that, automobile industry is there in the pockets of Bombay and Pune region, and textile industry is also there, ma'am.
Okay. Darshan, you were right now talking about farmer suicides. We all know the reasons for farmer suicides, but maybe we definitely do not know what's the solution. Which solutions do you suggest to check farmer suicides?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in shorter term, we need to focus on the aspects of money lending and financial credit. In the pockets of Vidarbha and Marathwada, the coverage of institutional finance is less, so we need to improve that. And along with that,
how can we improve that?
Ma'am, by promoting the cooperative credit institutions, by nudging the banks to lend to farmers willingly.
But we see that every 2 years there's a demand for farm loan waivers. Don't you think that way the inefficiency in banking system gets rewarded? So it's a vicious cycle.
Ma'am, farm loan waivers are there, but farm loan waiver is just a short-term solution, ma'am. It leads to stress on the banks also. But in times of crisis, when there is drought and when there is a failure of crop, it is imperative to take care of our farmers, ma'am. So in that sense, it is justified. But in the longer term, we need to strengthen the repayment capacity of farmers and to turn them from subsistence farming to surplus farming.
Darshan, I believe that women who have children generally are not able to focus on their job as much as women who do not have children, because you see, children become your primary responsibility and your focus in life. How do you think we can address this problem?
Ma'am, we have to bring in the concept of housemaker, ma'am. Rather than we need to move from housewife to housemaker. and the responsibility of child rests with whole family, ma'am. So whole family needs to understand that it is the responsibility of both the genders to take care of the child, and along with that we need to introduce the care economy in our formal GDP calculation, ma'am.
Okay, last thing, Darshan, I want to know from you, what are two things that you despise about yourself?
Ma'am, I'm not able to reschedule my sleeping schedule, ma'am. So that is one thing. I'll try to work upon that. And sometimes I do stress eating, ma'am.
You do stress eating.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Darshan, you mentioned that you like social interaction. You're
Yes,
a
sir.
civil engineering graduate, right?
Yes.
Tell me, what is the role of spaces, the physical space, in social interaction?
Sir, physical space plays a large role in social interaction. If someone is in public space or if someone is in private space, then it differs. If I want to approach someone who is in a public space, it is easier to approach him. But in private space, people have their apprehensions. People feel insecure sometimes. So that is the difference, sir.
You're also an anthropology student. There are many tribal practices which are their ways of social interaction. Tell us something about Ghotul.
Sir, Ghotul is the institution, is the institution among the Gond tribals of Gond tribal community of India, and it is the institution wherein social and cultural customs are imparted to Gond youths. Along with that, some kind of sexual training is also given to the youth who are going to become adults in some time, and it was the tribal educational institution, sir. Basically, it was tribal educational institution.
Since social education and social interaction go hand in hand, and social interaction is an essential part of education, but COVID-19 has hampered it in a huge manner. Obviously, the curriculum can be imparted online, but the social interaction that one get in the schools and colleges is as important as curriculum is. Do you believe that these COVID batches which are coming out of schools and colleges, they are lesser when it comes to social interaction thing in comparison to their previous or coming batches?
Sir, I believe there has been some kind of lag in the inculcation of social skills in these two batches, sir, 2020 and 2021. And that gap needs to be assessed and it needs to be bridged by engaging them in active conversations, by having formal meets with appropriate COVID protocols in the schools whenever schools start in the future, and community sports, community kitchens, such kind of concepts should be introduced wherein children come out and they interact with the influential members or the leaders of the community and interact with each other. And sports is also one of the arenas, sir, which was largely impacted due to COVID-19, disruption of COVID-19. So that needs to be encouraged at the mohalla level, sir.
Fine, Darshan, nice talking to you. Your
Thank you,
interview
sir.
is over, you can go now.
Thank you, sir. May I come in, sir?
Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Darshan. Tell me, is it going to be your first interview at the UPSC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are happy with your performance, or there are areas where you believe you could have done a little better?
Sir, I feel in optional I could have done better, and initially I was a bit uneasy. I felt that there was some kind of uneasiness. Later on, I tried to reduce it.
Right. See, Darshan, you're an interesting candidate. You're coming from Maharashtra, and your background subjects and preparation, the hard work that you have put in, it reflects well in your personality in general. So board members gonna be happy interacting with you. But the only issue here is that you don't appear to be happy interacting with the board members, right? And it is really important that you understand that, You're what? You're 25, 26 years old.
Yes,
You're
sir.
a young person, and you should be happy that you are getting to meet the board. You are getting to have good interaction there. Instead of enjoying the conversation, your focus entirely or large part of your mental space is engaged in evaluating how are you doing in the interview, right? So back of the mind, you are actually evaluating and letting that evaluation affect the subsequent interaction,
Yes,
right?
sir.
My advice to candidates is please don't do it. It's not your task to evaluate, and that too at the continuous level, right?
Yes, sir.
You can do it once you're out of the room, right?
Yes, sir.
So that will free your mental space a lot to focus on the interview, one, and second, it will allow the freer conversation,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And it will allow you to de-stress yourself, right? You'll be a happier candidate, and happier candidates are always better,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You're getting my point. So
Yes,
what
sir.
you have to do is you have to tell yourself that you need not evaluate while you're still in the interview. You'll do it once you're out of the room.
Yes,
One.
sir.
Second, you have to appear happy, right?
Yes, sir.
Third, you have to be engaged, more engaging rather than being critical of yourself, right? Now coming to specifics, your entry is good. You carry wonderful personality. Your entry is good. Your sitting posture is good. Your voice level is good. Hand movement is not there, which is a good thing. Eye contact is also good. You are keeping primarily one-to-one eye contact, which is a nice thing. Flow is also good. So there is a little foot movement.
Yes,
I don't know why you tap your foot a little. You can be more stable. It's gonna look better.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, in general, you are a calm, cool, composed kind of a individual, which is a very good thing.
Yes, sir.
Also, your analysis is good. Whenever you have the facts or your facts are served to you, you analyze them well. Your subject knowledge is not bad. So yes, you can revise a few areas. In IR, for example, I was expecting that you'll be able to attempt that Ukraine thing. Also, in anthropology, there was a certain section which I thought you'll be doing a little better. But overall, your knowledge base is very good, right? So whatever time you have, you can use that to revise a few things. But that's it's not that you're not ready, right?
Yes, sir.
You are more or less ready to face the board tomorrow. Other things generally good. Your name is Darshan, so philosophy, especially the Jain philosophy and all, I hope you have already prepared. Otherwise,
sir.
look at it a little closely, right? Other things are in place. Don't worry about it. Just be happy. That's the key thing you have to do.
Sir, I was facing this problem in all the mocks. I was not able to show the enthusiasm or express myself better. So, is there
You are
any?
looking a lot more happier now.
Yes, sir. I feel happier after the interview is over. But whenever the process is going on, I feel some kind of something is at the back of my mind, which is
See,
restricting
basically
me.
what is there? You're afraid of the fact that this interview is some kind of an obstacle between you and your whatever desire, dream is, which it is not. Trust me, it is not.
Yes,
It is something which is to facilitate you reaching there, right?
yes, sir.
So and the board members are not someone who actually want to stop you from reaching there. They are the ones who actually want to help you reaching there, and that's why they want to have a positive interaction. Don't worry about them and trust them. Trust them. They don't have any grudge against you that beating you will give them some sadistic pleasure. No, it will not. So if you're happier, they'll be happier,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So just appear happy, and that's the best thing. And if you for some reason you don't know a particular thing, simply say sorry and just move ahead.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
worry about it. So don't take that kind of a heavy load on your head.
Yes,
There's
sir.
no point, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you suggest me how to stay more happier, or how to?
See, obviously there cannot be a medicine to it. The only thing it is that please do not evaluate that particular moment and look at the board carefully and see the positives in it.
Yes, sir.
Try and figure out, oh, this thing is really positive. Okay, you're a civil engineer. Okay, I like light is good. Rather than being worried about look at the small things.
Yes,
See,
sir.
happiness will not come from big thing, even in life. Look
Yes,
at the
sir.
small things, very small things. Okay, I'm looking good today. You can be happy about. Okay, this person looks charming in the board. Be happy about it, right? Don't
Yes,
look for big reasons to be happy.
Yes.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was nice interacting with you all.
Hello.